December 7th, 1941. In exactly 97 minutes, the sky above this island will turn black. 353 Japanese warplanes will descend on this harbor. They will drop armor-piercing bombs, torpedoes, and fire. In less than 2 hours, 2,403 Americans will be dead. And the ship you are standing on right now, the USS Arizona, it will sink in 9 minutes, taking 1,177 of your brothers down with it. They are still down there today, but you don't know that yet. Right now, it is Saturday evening. You are 19 years old. You are stationed in Hawaii, and as far as you are concerned, you are living in paradise. You are here. It is Saturday, December 6th, 1941, and the evening air off Pearl Harbor smells like flowers. That is not an exaggeration. That is the actual truth of Hawaii in December. Warm and sweet and impossible. The kind of air that makes a boy from Ohio or Georgia or Minnesota stop walking and just stand there for a moment, breathing, not quite believing the world can smell like this. You have been stationed here for 7 months. You still stop sometimes. You still breathe.
Nice hit, buddy.
You are 19 years old, and you joined the Navy to see the world, and the world has given you this. The Arizona is moored on Battleship Row, Ford Island, and she is magnificent. 608 feet of steel and gun and purpose, sitting in the still water of the harbor like something carved from certainty itself. She is 27 years old, your ship, and she has been modernized and recommissioned, and she is home. You know her corridors by feel in the dark. You know which ladder rungs are loose, and which hatch handles stick, and which compartment smells of coffee, no matter what time of day you pass it. You know your crewmates the way you know family. Better, maybe. You eat with them, sleep beside them, stand watch in the dark with them. 1,512 men aboard the USS Arizona tonight. Tonight they are alive and warm, and the harbor lights are gold on the black water. And somewhere across the base, the music is starting. You can hear it. The Battle of the Bands competition at Bloch Arena. 8 Navy bands competing, and the whole base is there, or trying to be. You can hear it from the deck, the brass carrying across the water, and someone near you says the Arizona's own band better win, or he is going straight to sleep and not speaking to anyone. You laugh. Everyone laughs. The Arizona's band is good. They have been practicing for weeks. They will play again in the morning, a ceremony, the flag raising. Standard Sunday. You go to the arena with 4 friends. The benches are packed. The air inside is warm and loud, and the music is exactly what Saturday night should sound like. You buy a Coke. You sit in the noise and the light, and you are so completely unaware of anything beyond this room, this harbor, this island, that the word unaware is not even the right word. There is nothing to be aware of. The Pacific is vast and quiet, and this is America's ocean, and you are in the middle of it, on the greatest naval base on Earth. Untouchable. That is the feeling. The officers are at the club tonight. The enlisted men are here at the arena, or back on ship writing letters home.
Quite the situation
Your bunkmate Eddie has been writing the same letter to his girl in Mississippi for 3 days. He keeps starting over. You teased him about it this afternoon. He threw a boot at you. The letter is still on his bunk, half finished, the pen laid across it. You will come back to that letter. The music plays. The night is warm. You walk back to the Arizona under a sky full of stars. You are asleep by midnight. While you sleep, the world is moving. In Washington, D.C., in a building on Massachusetts Avenue, American cryptographers have been reading Japanese diplomatic cables for months. The Japanese diplomatic code, called Purple, was broken over a year ago. And tonight the cables are telling a story that is almost impossible to misread. A 14-part message to the Japanese embassy in Washington. 14 parts, decoded one by one through the night. It is a diplomatic ultimatum, a termination, the kind of message you send when you are ending a conversation and beginning something else. Part 14 arrives in the small hours. The officer who receives it knows what it means. He does not want to wake his general on a Saturday night. He sets it on his desk. He will deliver it in the morning. It is 3:42 a.m. You are asleep. Outside the harbor entrance, the minesweeper USS Condor is on patrol in the dark water. The watch officer sees something in the black. A shape beneath the surface, moving. A periscope, where no American submarine is supposed to be. The message goes out to the destroyer USS Ward. We will come back to what the Ward does next, and why nobody believes it. It is 4 a.m. The radar station at Opana Point opens for its morning shift. 2 Army privates power up the oscilloscope equipment and begin their watch. They have been doing this for weeks. They sit in the small wooden shack on the northern tip of Oahu, and they watch a screen, and they report what they see.
Captain, do you see that?
Most mornings there is nothing. The Pacific is empty. At 7:02 a.m., Private Joseph Lockhart will see something he has never seen before. The largest radar return in the history of the station. We will come back to what he is told. The Arizona wakes up slowly on a Sunday morning. Sunday is sacred in the Navy, not for religious reasons, though the chapel service will be held at 10 a.m. Sacred because Sunday is the one morning the base breathes out. No drills, no inspections, a late breakfast, a baseball game scheduled for this afternoon, and you have been looking forward to it all week. The Arizona's team has been talking about this game with the confidence of men who know they are going to win, and the arguing about it over dinner has been better entertainment than any film. It is Sunday. Nobody attacks on a Sunday. That is what everyone believes. The flag raising is at 8 a.m. You are on deck with the others in the clean morning light. The harbor is still. The water is mirror flat and blue. The other battleships are lined up along Ford Island. The Oklahoma, the West Virginia, the Nevada, the California, all of them riding the still water in the Sunday quiet. From across the harbor comes the faint sound of a band beginning to warm up for colors. The Arizona's band. They are good. They will never finish the song. It is 7:55 a.m. The drone begins. Low at first. So low you feel it before you hear it. A vibration in the deck plates, a frequency that doesn't belong. You look up. The other men on deck look up. The sky over the Waianae Mountains to the north is doing something. A darkness gathering at the ridgeline, moving. The darkness is resolving into shapes.
Wait, look closer.
The shapes are aircraft. Dozens of them. Scores. More than you can count. And they are not American. The red circles on the fuselages are visible even from the deck in the second before your brain can catch up to your eyes. The second before understanding arrives. And in that second, you stand completely still on the deck of the USS Arizona on a Sunday morning in December with the warm Hawaiian air on your face and the flat blue harbor around you. And everything is exactly as it was. And then the second ends. The sky falls on Pearl Harbor. The first torpedoes hit the water and run shallow and fast toward Battleship Row, and the first explosions tear open the Oklahoma and the West Virginia, and the noise is unlike anything your body was designed to process. Not just loud, physical. The pressure of it in your chest, in your teeth, in the space behind your eyes. The Arizona's anti-aircraft guns open up. Men are running everywhere. Your training kicks in before your fear does, and that is what training is for, to move your body when your mind has stopped. It is 8:06 a.m. You hear a different sound, a high, descending whistle above the roar. An armor-piercing bomb, modified from a 16-inch battleship shell, dropped from altitude by a Japanese Kate bomber. It is designed to punch through heavy steel before it detonates. It punches through the Arizona's deck. It punches through to the forward ammunition magazine. The magazine holds hundreds of tons of black powder propellant. The explosion is not a ship explosion. It is something that happens to physics. It is the forward third of the Arizona turned instantaneously to fire and gas and force. The ship is physically lifted from the water. The blast is visible from Honolulu, 12 miles away. The fireball rises 300 meters, and the shockwave rolls across the harbor and flattens men on the decks of adjacent ships. 33,000 tons of battleship lifted from the water by fire. She sinks in 9 minutes. 1,177 men gone in 9 minutes. Not in battle, not in open sea after a long fight. At anchor, on a Sunday morning, while the band was playing and the flag was going up, and a 19-year-old sailor was thinking about baseball. The second wave arrives at 8:54 a.m. More aircraft. 170 more. They come over the mountains the same way, out of the same sky, and the harbor is already burning. Oil has spilled from the shattered hulls, and the oil is on fire, and the water is on fire, and the black smoke climbing from Battleship Row is thick enough to block the sun. Ford Island is obscured. The Nevada, hit repeatedly, tries to make a run for the open sea, and is ordered to beach herself rather than risk sinking in the channel and blocking the harbor. She runs herself aground at Hospital Point, still fighting, guns still firing, her hull torn open, and her decks burning. They are all still fighting. That is the thing about this morning that will be remembered when the shock and the grief have settled. They were surprised in the worst possible way. Their aircraft destroyed on the ground before they could be scrambled. Their battleships hit at anchor. Their Sunday taken from them. And they fought anyway. They fought from burning ships and sinking decks and positions that had no business still being manned. They fought. It is 9:45 a.m. The second wave withdraws. The engines fade. The sky, still choked with smoke, grows quiet. The guns fall silent one by one. And what's left when the sound goes is something you carry in your body for the rest of your life. The burning water. The oil spreading in great black rings across the harbor. The shapes of the ships that were and are no longer. The Oklahoma capsized. The Arizona gone beneath the surface, her superstructure still showing above water like a tombstone. Fire on the water. Fire everywhere. 2,403 Americans dead. 1,178 wounded. 188 aircraft destroyed on the ground before they left the runway. The next morning, Franklin Roosevelt will stand before Congress and call this a date which will live in infamy. He is right. It will live in every classroom and every memorial and every November morning when the harbor is quiet and the tourists stand at the railing above the white memorial and look down to the clear water. She is still down there, the Arizona. You can see her from the surface, the outline of her hull in the blue. She leaks oil still, one slow, dark drop at a time, rising from the wreck and spreading on the surface. They call it the tears of the Arizona. They say she will keep weeping until the last survivor is gone. The last survivor is gone now. She is still weeping. And somewhere in the dark below the waterline, in the flooded compartment where the bunks are, in the water that is cold and black and has been cold and black for 80 years, a letter, half finished. A pen laid across it. The words stopped mid-sentence. Eddie never got to finish it. He never got to tell her. The harbour was still burning at 10 a.m. The smoke went up and up into the Sunday sky above Pearl Harbor, above the island that smelled like flowers, above the blue Pacific that was supposed to be America's ocean and was supposed to be quiet and was supposed to be safe. The church bells were ringing somewhere, over the burning water, over the Arizona, over the letters on the bunks at the bottom of the sea. They were still ringing.